Hey there everybody, Mazrock here, and today I want to talk about the new Thundering Affix for Mythic Plus. So last week we got to test Mythic Plus, and honestly the Thundering Affix was complete dog shit, and I said it was never going to go live. Here we have proof that that version was never going to go live. Before we do get into it though, please do like, comment, subscribe. We are barreling towards 4K subs. Thank you so much everybody for all of the support. There is a Discord link down below if you wish to join the other Mazholes down there and have yourselves a good old time. If you have any questions about anything you hear here, you can absolutely join the conversation there. There's a Twitch link down below if you wish to watch me stream, and of course I cannot do this without the support of my patrons. Thank you so much everyone for that support, and if you wish to support me directly, there is a link down below. Alright, so the old Thundering Affix, the way it was last weekend, it was basically a circle around you and a lot of aerial denial fucking lightning coming around. And those 5 orbs around you would disperse out and stun anybody in the way for 1 second. So it was basically the Prideful, if you remember that. It was the 4 cardinal directions that would go off and leave a little circle on the ground that would stun anybody in the way. It's basically a lighter version of that, because the stun is only 1 second, and you get 5 orbs instead of 4. So that's pretty much what it was, and there was no benefit at all. And in the 2 dungeons that we did, Azure Vaults and Ruby Life Pools, there's a lot of area denial bosses already, so it really felt bad to be denied more area. So that was really, really unfun. So with the new version, they're changing this up a little bit, right? So Razageth, sorry, I've never tried to pronounce this before, marks players with a Mark of Wind or a Mark of Lightning, granting them 15% increased damage and healing for 15 seconds. Coming into contact with the opposing mark neutralizes the effect on both players. So if you have progged and win at all at any time, you know what it's like trying to get to your opposite buddy and how well that worked. Well, that mechanic's being introduced into Mythic Plus. This is going to be a nightmare for pugs. After 15 seconds, marked players are afflicted with Primal Overload, stunning them and inflicting X amount of nature damage. This obviously scales with Key. Every 1 second for 8 seconds. Now, I think the stun is only 1 second and not 8 full seconds, but we will see if it is 8 full seconds. If it's 8 seconds, that's just absolutely brutal. Like, absolutely brutal. This is going to be a tank's nightmare. So, yeah, that's definitely going to be fun. Honestly, I hope this gets totally reworked. I'm not going to lie. So, basically what you want to do is you want to get the mark. You want to just go to town for like 13 seconds, get to your opposing mark, and get it off of you, and then not get stunned and not take any of that. Lightning Strike. Razageth Storm causes lightning strike that inflicts nature damage to players within 4 yards and stuns them for 1 second. The storm's energy infuses players with Mark of the Wind or Mark of Lightning. So the storm, I think, is those little swirlies on the ground. If you stand in one, you'll end up getting the Mark of Wind or Mark of Lightning. That's kind of how I'm reading it. Duration change from 1 second to 1 second. Yeah, we'll see how that works out. Honestly, adding the Anduin mechanic to Mythic Plus is not a good idea. Coordinated groups, not going to be a problem. Uncoordinated pug groups, total shit show. Straight up. Let's just call this as it is. A total shit show for pugs. And one thing with the old Thundering Affix that I really hated is it actually put extra strain on melee classes and melee specs. And honestly, that's not something we want right now. Like, you don't need to add more strain on melee. We're trying to learn a bunch of new dungeons and not die to frontals and area stuff, so that's always fun. Now, periodically, Razageth will cause a storm that players will have to dodge, assumed swirlies to avoid damage and getting stunned. Then, some players will be affected by this or that. While affected the buff, you get the 15% bonus damage and healing. Coming into contact with a player of the opposite mark will remove the buff. If you don't remove the buff after 15 seconds, the buff times out and you will be stunned. Oh no, you will straight up be stunned for 8 seconds. That sounds fucking horrendous. That sounds very unfun. This is gonna be terrible. And on top of that, there's 5 players in Mythic Plus! Which means there's always going to be an odd man out unless the debuff actually stays on. So let's say you have like 3 lightning and 2 wind, 2 of the lightning can go onto the same wind, or someone's getting stunned for 8 seconds. I don't, like, what? What? Why? What the fuck? I don't fucking like this at all. This is gonna set, like, beta keys this week are gonna be total shit show. Check out the stream. It's gonna be a blast. This strategy will probably be to find your partner early and then clear as close to the 15-second mark as possible, as we said, to benefit the damage and healing buff as much as possible. Yeah, this is gonna be a shit show. Mark of Lightning overloads player with primal power, increases their damage and healing for 15 seconds. X amount of nature damage. This is obviously going to scale. Stunning for 8 seconds. Get fucked. Mark of Wind, same thing. Primal Overload, which marks the player with the Mark of Wind, are both. Which Primal Overload, I think, is going to be the swirlies on the ground, which you can take a 1-second stun to gain a 15%. That's actually an interesting mechanic. Let's give credit where credit is due. I actually do like this as an interesting mechanic. This is something that you can dip into if you want, or not. I mean, whatever, have you not? Or it could be something that you totally avoid, I guess, or is this something that will automatically, like, there's definitely some questions to be seen here, but let's not look into the minutia of things, but, like, definitely into, like, what are the negatives? And an 8-second stun sounds just god-awful. Like, oh my god, I pug a lot of keys, and immediately, this affix makes me not want to pug keys. Like, honestly, this affix just makes me not want to pug keys at all. We're gonna have, like, a new group going into Dragonflight of people that are trying Mythic Plus for the first time, don't know what to expect, and, like, this can even probably be decently easily screwed up by more experienced players, where if you're running with a bad pug that doesn't know what they're doing, this just seems really bad. And then on top of that, what do you do with the odd man out? Like, you know what I mean? What do you do with the odd man out? You get, you know, there's 5 people in Mythic Plus. How does this work? The debuff has to stay on for you to be able to clear it for the 5th man, right? Like, that has to. It has to. And if it's random, what happens if you get, like, 4 lightning and 1 wind? Like, so it obviously, yeah. Right off the bat, quick thoughts. Oh, this is going to be a total shit show. What do you guys think? Let that down in the comment section down below. Is this going to be a total shit show? Do you think this is going to get reworked? I think this is going to get totally reworked. I don't think this is going to go live as we see it fit here at all. I really don't. I think this is going to get changed again. An 8-second stun is just... yeah, no. Oh my god, no, please don't. Please don't do this to it. Please don't do this to us, Blizzard. Let that down in the comment section down below. I would love to hear you guys out. Lastly, to anybody who did stick around to the end of this video, I am kind of working towards merch. I have a couple of t-shirt ideas that could also go good on coffee mugs and things like that. So if you want any news on that, you can join the Discord down below. I'm going to start sharing the art for it fairly soon. So have yourselves a good one, guys. What do you guys think about Thundering? Let me know. I would love to hear your description down below. And if you want to see me test this out, check out the stream this weekend. I will be on beta testing out keys as long as Blizzard test keys on the weekend. Really hoping they let us do that because we have not had enough Mythic Plus testing. Have yourselves a good one, and thank you for listening. Bye.